Hi, I'm John Molesky, host of Dialogue. We're on the set, just concluded a terrific discussion with Alexandra Cousteau. Yes, that Cousteau, you know the family name, and I've been a longtime fan of your family's work, dating back to your grandfather, continuing with you. I want to ask you, the type of self-indulgent fanboy question I didn't ask you on Dialogue, which is your favorite expedition. What's one of the most exciting things that you found yourself doing?
Oh my goodness, I love them all. I love my crew. I love the feeling of getting off a plane in a new place and seeing things that I couldn't have imagined existed before. But I think one of my favorite places, and I think most of my crew would agree with me, was the Okavango Delta in Botswana, which is an inland delta and an extraordinary place. The water is pure. The animals are so abundant. It's an ecosystem that's still thriving, and that you don't feel the human footprint.
The earth working the way it
was always meant to be,
Well, I guess the dark side, the flip side of that coin is, what's the most troubling thing you've encountered in your travels?
Oh, gosh, there are a lot of places that are very troubling, many of them here in the United States, but I think possibly one of the most horrifying places I ever went to was Kanpur in India, and it's along the Ganges, actually, upstream from Varanasi, which is such a holy site for the Hindu. But it's where they do leather tanning. And they pour their effluent directly into the Ganges River. And literally, and I'm not exaggerating, we actually made a film about it, so you can see it in the film, but the water bubbles along the river shore. It's black like tar, and it bubbles, and people are fishing in it. Ugh. And the only thing that can survive are these little silver fish, and I don't know, they're little toxic morsels. And people are very unhealthy. The water that comes out of their taps is black, and it's very, very disturbing.
While we're doing Alexandra's greatest hits, what about the most dangerous circumstance you've ever found yourself in? People always picture marine explorers coming face to face with giant sharks or things like that. Have you ever encountered anything in the wild that was life-threatening? No,
and I've been in the water with humpback whales and manta rays and dolphins. I did a documentary on sharks in Polynesia, where we went to what they call the shark wall in Rangiroa, and there were literally over 200 sharks all around me, which I found very exciting. There were little black-tip reef sharks and a couple oceanics, but not anything to be concerned about. Never felt threatened. And yet we, after traveling over 100,000 miles around the world, came back to the United States, and we got robbed. Our car was broken, and all of our gear was stolen.
That the bad things happen
in St. Louis, of all places. Yeah. So, no, I think the only time I've really felt threatened has not been in nature or with wildlife, but in our own communities.
And what's next? Where's your next expedition?
Well, we are continuing to get so much interest from the 2010 expedition that we did around North America that I'd like to continue that a little bit more. We're working with the Waterkeeper Alliance and the River Network, who have hundreds of grassroots water organizations and communities around North America. So we will continue to tell stories and engage those communities and support those organizations. I think we're also looking at selecting some more international places, such as Belize, to work on. So we're still picking our stories, but I think we might have to go to Texas. We might have to go to some of the places around here that are experiencing real water crises.
Well, good luck on those expeditions, and we'll look forward to following them on your website and elsewhere.
Thank you.
If you'd like to hear more from Alexandra, hear about her family history and hear about Blue Legacy and its work, and see a clip, take a look at the entire Dialogue program. Come to our website, wilsoncenter.org, and when you find the Dialogue link, you can click your way to the entire program. Thanks.